Good morning, good morning. Yeah, taking deep breaths is such a great thing. Feeling the oxygen, life transferring back and forth through your system is really good. Here's the thing. When you see things, it's always not what they appear to be. They're not what they appear to be. When you see me, you look at a man, a human being. You see my hair and my head, and you see the line that's trying to manifest itself through some type of contrast, but the closer you get to it, you see it's really not a line at all. It's just hairs doing whatever they're doing in their own way. It appears that when you look at me, you see gray in my beard, and they say gray signifies that you're getting old or either wise or something is going on. But things are not always what they appear to be. Because these are things that's taking place with my body, in my face, etc. But they're not taking place with me. My body can look old, but I still feel like the same young person years ago. My body may not act like that same young person that I feel like, but I still feel like the same entity. I shouldn't say person, but just the same, whatever it may be. Every time I look outside of this vessel, I'm looking at things that have changed. But yet I still seem to remain the same as I look out. It's pretty deep. I said all that to say that there's a lot of things that we think is the way, and it's not. Appearances and things shown to us and given to us makes us believe one way when things are actually not that way. For instance, let's look at this. When you hear about the Bible and you know about Moses delivering the slaves, you hear and think about Moses going into the mountain, and all of a sudden, you hear these words and you reading it, or you're watching it in a movie or whatever it may be. You're going to always be shown that he went up this mountain, and that's where he saw the Creator, and it was a terrestrial mountain, and he went up there, and they said he got some tablets when he brought the people of Israel there, and he brought it down. It was written with the finger of God and everything. See, this is the image that you are given, so that's what you see. And that image is hid, or should I say, used to hide a lot of truth, a lot of things that is only meant for particular people. And that's kind of hurtful, when you think about it, because you think when you're born, you should know everything. As you grow and start to see different things, you feel that you should know everything that's going on the planet, everything that's happening. You have that right. But in actuality, you don't. You don't have that right. An ant is born on the planet just like a bird is. But the ant don't have the right to fly like the bird. The bird don't have the right to live underground like the ant and build kingdoms underground. So going back to this thing with Moses going to the mountain, it's not about Moses going to a mountain. That's not what, you got to remember that the Bible was written in over 9 different ways. And you got to know when to read the Bible in those 9 different ways. You also got to know when it's written in the 3 steps: past, present, future. All our lives we were taught that the Bible was literal. Some things are literal. Some things. So you get people who are of other religions or other cultures or other informed information come and they start casting shadows on the Bible because they don't understand it themselves. They only know and to think literal. So they think they know what they're talking about. And they start trying to analyze the situation in a literal perspective. Constantly stumbling and making mistakes because they don't know what they're talking about. Masons translated the Bible from its scrolls to the English text, Latin, all these different texts. But when they did these different things, they hid it under so many different symbols. And if you're not aware of these things, if you're not taught and trained in these things, you make a lot of mistakes. You talk and speak out your mouth very foolishly. You trip over yourself a lot. Moses didn't walk up no mountain, literally, honestly. That's all symbols. Mountains in the Bible also means governments. So when it said that Moses went up in the mountain and there he met God or the creator or whatever, and he had conversations and he learned different things, he went into different branches of government. Yes, there's more than one government. Just like the United States has a government, China has a government, Germany has a government, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Within the different perspectives of life, there's different types of government. And Moses encountered a different type of government that he went to and learned a lot. Now listen to this. Moses, it says that when he was up there, after he brought the children of Israel to the mountain, he was up there for 40 days. 40 days. He had to learn. It's a lot of stuff that he had to learn, and he had to learn how to deliver it to the people. He had to learn himself. What you think it is when it said that the Son of Man, the Son of God, whatever you want to call him, when Lucifer was testing him in the wilderness, and it said he took him up to the high mountains. You think he went up to some high mountains and he was looking with Lucifer at the rest of the stuff on the ground, and he was like, look at all these kingdoms. How could he look at all the kingdoms where he was at physically? He wasn't really looking at all of no kingdoms if we look at it in that literal perspective. That's not how it was. He took him up into the government, meaning different branches of learning and knowledge and all the evidence of things known that's there, and showed him this is what this is what that is. Things are not always what they appear to be. It's a lot of things that you have to pay attention to. And like I said, you would think that you have the right to it, but you really don't. Not everybody. It's for a particular group of people. That can handle it. It's just the way it is.